Don't you hate the quick snappers? They audible around, they quick snap, not allowing you to get your adjustments in on defense. Let's go ahead and give those guys a taste of that. Let's go ahead and give them a taste of their own medicine with one of my favorite quick hike offensive plays. Today we're going to go over the gun empty base flex Hoss Y Juke. Now, this play can be found in 4 different playbooks: the Chargers, the Patriots, the Raiders, and the Saints. All books that a lot of you guys are already running, so you can add this to your arsenal. So we're gonna go ahead and go over all of the different option routes in this Hoss Y Juke and why it makes this play so good to be able to quick snap against your opponent regardless of coverage. We're gonna go over all of the main coverages. We'll do cover 3, we'll do cover 2, as well as man coverage, so that way you can see all of these option routes working and where you should look. And then I'm gonna show you a little trick that I like to use to be able to dissect the coverage with a little trick to be able to get into Hoss Y Juke, so you know exactly which coverage your opponent might be in. If you enjoyed today's content, make sure you guys stop on over at the VLP Discord, where we've got reroll trackers, we got player search tools, we've also got a Coach Datum to help you with your in-game game plans. So on the screen here, we've got Hoss Y Juke. Let's go ahead and pick it. We're gonna go into big nickel here, and we're gonna pick our cover 3 sky. Cover 3 is gonna be our first coverage that we'll get into. Now let's go ahead and just take a minute and look at this play here. There's a lot going on, but I promise you, it's a lot easier than you think to understand what these option routes are gonna do, as long as you know which coverage your opponent is playing. Now we're in a cover 3 here. We've got a comeback route on the outside for both outside receivers, or a streak / fade to the outside. So they're going to be choosing between those 2 different routes. In the slot on the left from Mike Williams, we've got a streak or a seam streak that could possibly turn into a post route. And then Parham Jr., he's got this kind of funky looking in and out and stop and come back and do whatever you want type of option route. This is by far one of my favorite option portions in this play, and you'll see why here in a little bit. Now in cover 3, we know that we've got 2 deep corners on the outside. They're going to be going into their outside thirds. We've also got an inside middle third in the middle of the field, and then we've got 2 hooks, and then we've got your curl flats on the outside. If you know how to attack cover 3, you know that we want to attack the seams against this, okay? So Williams is going to be our primary target, as well as Keenan Allen. Now we know that with the option route on the left from Mike Williams, that he's going to take either that post or that seam. But because it is cover 3, we know without certain that he is going to take the seam option for this. Let's go ahead and hike the ball here, and you're going to see you've got the seam streak right there in the middle of the field. Did not take the post. Okay, let's go ahead and see if that was fluke. Let's go ahead and hike the ball again against cover 3. Okay, he takes that, and then boom. 2 out of 2 times already. We've got the seam streak that he is taking. He's not taking the post. Now, what's great about this is Keenan Allen is already set on a streak as well. You can go ahead and hit that guy right inside as well. So you've got 2 seam streaks that are going down the field from this play. If they're in cover 3, just pick or choose whichever one you want. There it is, 4 out of 4 times we saw that Mike Williams was going after that seam streak. Let's go ahead and pay attention to the outside plays. Okay, we've got Palmer, we've got Eckler. Let's go ahead and see what they end up doing. Okay, we hike the ball. You see that they do their comebacks. Okay, so they've got their comeback routes that they're taking out of that option. Thanks for swinging by the VLP YouTube channel. If you like today's content, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss any of our weekly uploads. What's great about this is if you're getting screamed at, okay, you know for certain that you can go ahead and shoot that out to the outside with those comeback routes. Maybe freeform it to the outside, up and outside. Okay, again, 2 out of 2 times here. We can go ahead and hit that, and you got yourself a good 3 to 4 yards, maybe even more. All right, so this is what's great about this play, is that regardless, these option routes are going to pick the right option to run. You're going to get the comeback on the outsides, or you're going to get the seam streaks in the middle. So your opponent's going to have to just pick their poison. Okay, they're going to have to pick their poison. As long as you're reading it correctly, go ahead and fire that out to the correct assignment. Okay, we'll go ahead and hit this comeback again. Okay, we're hitting these without a problem. Now let's go ahead and get into cover 2. Okay, I've got my controller here. We're gonna go ahead and come out in a big nickel G cover 2. Let's go ahead and come out in Hoss Y Juke. Now we know that the seams in cover 2 are very hard to go after. Okay, we know that the hook curls are going to take away those seam routes. You're not gonna be able to go after those. So we need to focus our attention elsewhere. Okay, now we know this is cover 2 because of the defenders on the outside are about 5 to 7 yards off of the wide receiver, and you've got two single high safety, or you got two safeties up top. Okay, so we know this is a cover 2 look. So with Williams, our slot, okay, we know that if there are two deep halves out there, that this is going to take the post route. Let's go ahead and hike the ball and see if that's true, because he is going to split both of those defenders. Now we did get screened out by Max Crosby over there. Let's go ahead and look at the instant replay. Okay, because it's cover 2, okay, we're gonna go ahead and pause right there. He sees that he wants to split these defenders here. So as soon as he hits the 20-yard line, or about the 23-yard line, he goes into his post option route, where you're gonna be able to throw that right in the middle of the field, okay? Let's go ahead and see if we get some time here. Max Crosby is all lit up here. Okay, we'll go ahead and double team him. You guys can hit that post right in the middle of the field. What's great about this, guys, is you see, let's go to the instant replay. You see that the streak coming from Keenan Allen is pulling that deep half away from the middle of the field, which is why this post ends up splitting both defenders so easily. Okay, so there it is. We hike the ball. Boom, he takes his post route, his post option, and he's able to get that against cover 2 easily. Okay, let's go in and see if that works again. Maybe it's fluke. Maybe it's fluke. Okay, takes his post route, can hit that right in the middle. Okay, we have a pull defender or a pull route on the right side to allow him to get open a lot easier. Let's go ahead and look at our outside wide receivers. This is what's probably my favorite part about going up against cover 2. Now we know cover 2 is cloud flat defenders on the outside. So we know that they aren't gonna take these comeback routes, right? They're gonna wanna take those streaks down the sideline, which is gonna get them open in a really, really nice window right here. Okay, so there we go. Takes the streaks. The option routes are working, guys. The option routes are working. Okay, so we know, again, cloud flats, they're not going to take this comeback because it's gonna be covered. There's no reason for them to sit here because that cloud defender is just gonna sit there and poach that easily. Okay, so they end up taking the streak down the sideline, and they're able to get there with a one-play score. Let's go and see how on the right side how it looks. Okay, boom, takes the streak. You guys can go ahead and float that in there into this area. You got yourself another touchdown against cover 2. Go and hike the ball. Maybe that was fluke. Maybe it wasn't. Let's go ahead and see. Okay, let's go ahead and hit B that time if we don't get shed like crazy from Max Crosby. Let's go ahead and try that again here. Okay, we'll go ahead and hike the ball. Okay, let's go ahead and try to hit B right there. Boom, takes the streak, got yourself a one-play score. So we're seeing this work really, really, really well against cover 2. Let's go ahead and see what Donald Parham looks like. We're gonna look at our tight end. Let's see what he does here. Boom, he posts up. Okay, if you need a good comeback route, he's always gonna take that post-up route against a zone coverage, okay? Go ahead and hike the ball. Okay, if you wanna throw that, boom, rack it, get yourself 10 yards. Okay, so keep in mind that Donald Parham is always going to take that comeback route when they are playing against a zone coverage, okay? Throw that, got yourself 5, 6, 7 yards there. Let's go ahead and move on to man coverage. Now, I'm not going to go against all man coverages. You guys can go ahead and get into practice mode and test all the different cover 1s, the cover 0s, the cover 2 man unders, okay, and see how this works. We're going to go ahead and go up against cover 1 hole, and we're gonna come out in Hoss Y Juke. What's great about this is I wanna focus on Parham, Donald Parham, and I wanna kind of watch what he does with his route. You're gonna see that this tight end option route does a really good job against man coverage. It's either gonna take that drag, or it's gonna go ahead and post up and shoot back out to the outside. Let's go ahead and hike the ball and see what he does here. Okay, as you see, he shoots back outside there. Why is that? Because of leverage. All right, let's go ahead and watch his defender here. I want to go ahead and watch his defender here. Okay, you see how he's giving him the outside? Donald Parham, as soon as he hits this 5-yard mark, sees that he gets that outside, and he's going to take that out route. Now, Donald Parham isn't the greatest of route runners, okay? So you're not gonna be able to get that open, but if you've got a Kittle out there, or if you've got your Gronkowski and Mutt, this is gonna fry. It's gonna absolutely fry, okay? Let's go ahead and hike the ball again. See if he gets open. He cuts out, and then boom, you see how easy that gets open. That's a really, really, really nice route, guys. It's a really, really nice route. So if you're going up against man coverage, this is your first read here. Let's go and hike the ball. 1,000, 2,000, boom. And he shifts outside, wide open for you, okay? So look at the defender, okay? We're gonna look at the defender here, and you see how he turns his hips to the inside. As soon as he does that, Parham's like, whoop, and he's able to go ahead and jam outside to get wide open there, okay? Let's go ahead and do this again. Okay, boom, outside. Okay, we did get screamed at by Max Crosby, killing us in this video. Okay, let's see how he does. Boom, shifts outside. Boom, you got yourself a good 10, 15 yards on that out route. Okay, it's a nasty option out route, guys. Let's go ahead and see what the other defenders end up doing. Okay, other defenders are kind of bagged, unfortunately. Okay, so if you're going up against cover one, you may want to put other route combos out there. Maybe you want to put two drags out there. Okay, so you've got something like this where he's shooting outside. Okay, you can hit that guy over the middle. Go ahead and come up with whatever route combos you fancy against this. So I just want to make sure you guys see that the routes from Parham absolutely fries to the outside there. Okay, so you see there. Okay, clear that outside. Maybe you want to clear that to the right side to be able to get him into a good spot. That'll be really, really good for you. Okay, now let's go ahead and go into cover two man, and I kind of want to show you how well this does against a cover two man press. Now, the big thing that I want you guys to watch with this is the left side. Okay, Mike Williams and Eckler do a really good job of breaking away from their press coverage, regardless of what their rating is. Okay, let's go and hike the ball. You see how we kind of get that nice little glitch bump and inside from Mike Evans or Mike Williams. Let's go ahead and show you the instant replay. Okay, hike the ball, boom. He gets like a little shove, and he's able to get the inside leverage to be able to get that inside post to work. Now, why is he taking the post? We've got two high single defenders, right? So he wants to split those defenders. Okay, so he takes the post. That's an easy read, guys. There's no press that's happening with this, which is what's amazing about this play. Let's go and watch Mike Williams again. Boom, same thing. Okay, he goes inside. He doesn't really get a true press animation pushed on him. Let's watch Eckler. Same thing's gonna happen with Eckler here. Okay, let's watch Eckler. He's on the left side. Okay, boom. You see how that's kind of like a little glitchy bump animation? He doesn't get his hands on him. So if you've got a really, really good running back out there that's got some good route running, you're gonna see that he's gonna be able to get open pretty easily, okay? Now right there, if you guys go ahead and lob that up, that's gonna be an easy one-play score. Let's go ahead and look at this real quick. Not getting a true press animation. You see how it's kind of like a, I can't even explain it. It's just kind of a jumbled press animation that doesn't work. He's able to kind of rock off of that, and you guys are able to go ahead and throw that downfield. Let's go and see if we can actually try to hit that real quick here. We'll double team Crosby. Okay, gets that press animation. Boom, wide open down the sideline. Okay, so you see that beats that press animation no matter what, okay? So regardless of which playbook that you're in, I really want to try to get you to optimize this to find out which coverage your opponent absolutely is in. Okay, so in the Chargers book, we actually have a game plan in the VLP. Go ahead and check it out. Discord is in the link below. But we've got the gun split offset. I have taught in that book to come out in the gun split offset, okay? And I want you guys to make sure that Hoss Y Juke is in your audibles, okay? We've got Hoss Y Juke out of the empty base flex, okay? So we come out in Z spot. I'm gonna come out in a random over G play here, okay? Random, we don't know what this is. Looks like it might be a cover 2, maybe a cover 3, or a cover 4, okay? But what we're gonna do to optimize this is make sure that we are in a formation that allows us to create some crazy shifting by the defense. I'm gonna go ahead and go into Hoss Y Juke. Now the biggest thing that you guys saw there was that there was no shifting from the off or from the defense. The linebackers just kind of shifted out. This gives me a good indication that this is a zone coverage. Now we've got one corner down on the left side on Eckler, and we've got one corner that's on the right. So it looks like we might be against a cover 6 type play here. So what I'm guessing here is that we can go ahead and hit that, okay? We didn't guess correctly, but still, we saw that Eckler was able to get wide open against that, okay? Let's go ahead and do this again. Okay, we'll go ahead and audible out of gun split offset into Hoss Y Juke. You saw that there wasn't very much movement, except they were able to kind of go out into their position, so we know that this is a zone coverage. We'll go ahead and hike the ball. Okay, we know that none of that is open. We just go ahead and hit Eckler. So if you see how the defense is being manipulated with this, you'll know exactly where to throw the ball. Okay, that's how we're optimizing this. Okay, we go ahead and Hoss Y Juke. Okay, you see we've got a little bit of shifting out there, but we saw that the safeties ended up manning up or lining up over Keenan Allen and Palmer, so we know this is man coverage. So now my brain is going to Gerald Everett as my first read. And sure enough, there's Gerald Everett. We did get poor accuracy, but he was able to get that wide open. That was my first read there, okay? Okay, you saw that these safeties realign themselves. So again, this tells me that this is a man coverage type of play. So we're gonna hike to Everett. Okay, we hike it. Everett's wide open. Boom. Okay, so that's my first read if I'm going up against man coverage. Let's go and do this again here. Hoss Y Juke. Okay, we get a little bit of shifting from the linebackers. Okay, we've got maybe a cover 4 type look here. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit my comebacks. Okay, cover 4. Those guys are gonna drop back way back. So I know those comebacks are gonna be wide open. Do this again. We got one guy that's coming up to the left here. Okay, we'll go ahead and shift. So it looks like we might be in maybe a man coverage, maybe a cover 3, but we're gonna be looking at this seam streak right away here if it is a cover 3. Boom, there it is. So you guys see how you can optimize this by audibling into it rather than coming out in Hoss Y Juke. It's really gonna give you a good sense of what your opponents might be in. Zone coverage, this looks like a cover 2. Okay, we're gonna see if we can hit the sidelines down the sideline here. Boom, there it is, cover 2. One play touchdown. So I knew exactly where to go based on how the defense adjusted themselves when I audibled into Hoss Y Juke. Let's go and do this one more time. Last rep here looks like a cover 4. Defenders are backed off a little bit. Let's go and see if we can hit our comebacks here. Boom, come back, rack that up the field, got yourself a good 15 to 20 yards. There it is, guys, Hoss Y Juke, and all the reasons why it's become one of my favorite quick snap plays, especially if you audible into it.